What if everything in the universe was slowly dying right now? What if one day every star went out, every planet froze, and time itself just stopped? To understand what this will mean, we need to start from the beginning. Time began around 13.8 billion years ago with the Big Bang. It wasn't an explosion that happened somewhere in space. It was the moment space itself began to expand. Before that, there was no space, no time, no before. Everything we know, the stars, galaxies, atoms, even you, came from that single moment of expansion. In the beginning, the universe was hot, bright, and chaotic. It was pure energy. But as it grew, it cooled. That cooling let matter form, which became stars, galaxies, and eventually planets. Out of that, life began. You could think of the universe as one giant clock that started ticking the moment the Big Bang happened. From that point on, it's been running down second by second. Physicists call this process entropy. It's what happens when things spread out and lose energy over time, like a cup of hot coffee that cools as the heat spreads into the air. Eventually, everything in the universe will spread out so much that nothing can happen anymore. Right now, we live in a rare moment in that timeline. The universe is still full of energy and light. Stars are burning, galaxies are alive, and life, at least on one small planet, is thinking about where it came from. But this stage won't last forever. The cosmic clock keeps ticking. And the first big chapter of the end begins when the stars go out. Stars form from clouds of gas. But that gas won't last forever. In about 100 trillion years, there won't be enough gas left to make new stars. The universe will stop creating new light. By that time, the stars we see today will be long gone. Only small, faint ones called red dwarfs will still shine. They burn their fuel slowly, taking trillions of years to die, but even they can't last forever. When their fuel runs out, they'll cool and fade into cold, dark remnants called black dwarfs. The galaxies we know will become quiet and dark. Imagine a night sky with no stars, no sunrise, no warmth, just endless blackness. But that won't be the end yet. Something else will take over. When the stars are gone, the universe will enter what scientists call the age of black holes. These are the last powerful objects left. They'll slowly pull in whatever matter remains: dead stars, drifting planets, even other black holes. For a while, black holes will rule the universe. But even black holes have lifespans. According to Stephen Hawking, black holes slowly leak energy through a process called Hawking radiation. It's incredibly slow, so slow that a big black hole could take more years to disappear than there are atoms in the known universe. But eventually, they'll all vanish one by one. They'll fade, releasing a last whisper of energy into the void. That will take a number so huge it's almost meaningless. Try to imagine a trillion years. Humanity, Earth, and even atoms as we know them will be ancient history by then. The universe will be nearly empty. When the last black hole fades away, a new age begins, the era of darkness. There will be no stars, no galaxies, no planets, only tiny particles and weak radiation spread thinly across an endless space. No heat, no light, no structure. Entropy will be almost complete. Time will keep moving, but nothing will happen. That's because time only feels like it's moving when something changes. When nothing changes anymore, time becomes meaningless. The universe will just drift, silent and cold. In a strange way, it'll be peaceful. Nothing will explode, collapse, or fall apart anymore. Everything will be perfectly balanced, perfectly still, but it'll also be a kind of cosmic death. There won't be any memory, any movement, any difference from one place to another. And then comes what scientists sometimes call the final moment of the universe, the last tick of the cosmic clock. It won't be dramatic, there won't be a big explosion or a collapse into a single point. It'll just stop. Over time, the universe will reach complete uniformity. Every bit of energy will be spread out evenly. The temperature everywhere will be the same. Motion will stop. Even the tiniest quantum ripples that once caused the birth of galaxies will disappear. When that happens, physics itself stops having meaning. The laws of motion, energy, and time all rely on change. Without change, they stop applying. Time itself stops being measurable because there's nothing left to measure. It's not really an end in the way we think about endings. The universe won't vanish. It'll just stop being different. A frozen ocean that never moves again. That's the final fate scientists call heat death. Not a fiery explosion, but a long, slow fade into stillness. It's strange to think about, isn't it? We live in a universe that began in light and will end in silence. We exist right in the middle, between chaos and calm, between fire and emptiness. You might think that sounds depressing, but it's actually the opposite. Knowing that the universe will one day go quiet gives this moment a kind of beauty. It means we exist in a rare, temporary window of time when the universe is alive. We're here while the stars still burn, while galaxies still dance, while atoms still come together to create life that can look up and wonder where it came from. That's what makes our time so special. Meaning isn't something built into the universe, it's something we create. The universe doesn't care if we exist, but we do, and that's what matters. The end of everything doesn't erase what came before. Just like the last note of a song doesn't erase the music that led to it, the universe's final moment doesn't undo the beauty that came before. And maybe that's the point. Maybe the universe isn't about lasting forever. Maybe it's about existing at all. For a brief moment, there was something instead of nothing. There was light instead of darkness. There was thought instead of silence. And that's enough. We might not live to see the far future of the universe, but we can understand it. We can tell its story. We can use our brief time to create meaning, to connect, to care. So maybe the end of the universe isn't something to fear. Maybe it's something to respect. It's the natural conclusion of a story that's been unfolding for billions of years. Right now, that story is still being written. Every thought you have, every word you speak, every connection you make adds a tiny spark to it. The final second of the universe may one day arrive, but this second, the one you're living in, is part of the same story, the same grand, beautiful process that began with the Big Bang. And when you realize that, everything starts to feel different. The universe might end in silence, but right now it's still full of sound, light, and life. It's still creating, still evolving, still alive. We live in the universe's golden hour, the brief moment when the light is perfect and everything glows. That won't last forever, but maybe it doesn't need to. Because even if everything ends, the fact that it ever began, that it ever existed at all, is enough to make it meaningful. In the end, the universe won't go out with a bang or a scream. It'll end with a whisper, fading quietly into perfect stillness. But before that happens, we get to be here. We get to see it, feel it, and know it. And maybe that's the greatest miracle of all, that for a short, shining moment, the universe opened its eyes. What do you think the final moments of the universe will look like? Comment your thoughts below, and don't forget to like and subscribe while you're there.